Welcome to Heart to Talk, the podcast. I am the host and creator, Theresa Caesar. My intention for this podcast is to deliver to you wisdom, inspiration, and consciousness through solo episodes and conversations amongst insightful people. It is my greatest honor to bring to you talks that come from the heart. Hey, beautiful souls. Welcome back to Heart to Talk. I'm so happy that you're here. I've actually recorded a few different episodes on a few different topics this week, and it just wasn't feeling right. This morning, I woke up and I decided I'm going to scratch all of those drafts and follow my heart, my intuition, and my soul like I always do. I'm recording this during Easter weekend, and the energy in the air feels so powerful. It's a time of reflection, rebirth, and awakening. This episode is going to be about rising and our personal resurrection. Whether you identify with Easter spiritually or not, this message is universal. It's about the human experience of releasing old versions of ourselves, stepping into truth, and awakening to abundance. Because no matter what faith or background you come from, one thing we all share is spirit. And I believe our spirit is always calling us higher. So when we talk about resurrection or rising, we're really talking about renewal. In many traditions, this weekend symbolizes death and rebirth, letting go of what no longer serves us so we can rise into what's meant for us. It's springtime. Things are blossoming. The air feels different, lighter. The season naturally asks us to bloom, to shake off the heaviness of winter and reawaken to our own light. And I'll be honest with you, I've been moving through some deep moments lately. You know, some of those toughest times that kind of resurface again, and you thought, wow, I thought I was past feeling this way, or something like this occurring, or this dynamic. Those chapters force you to face yourself, to master your emotions, and to analyze and revisit your habits, your pattern. And I've realized how much I've lived life trying to protect everyone else's emotions and sometimes overcompensating just to prove that I'm, the good girl and I'm always doing the right thing. So that includes fixing and smoothing things out, or maybe holding back, right? Parts of what I want to live out and do to really just keep the peace. But peace built on suppression is never true peace. So this spring, I'm letting that go. I'm rising to my truth. I'm allowing myself to be seen, to speak and shine in a new, elevated, authentic way. There was a season where I hid, even in my work and in my personal life, and where I only shared parts that felt safe or didn't live out because I wanted to, again, just make sure I was protecting like all parts of me for fear of judgment and all these different emotions. But this moment for me, although it could be perceived as, oh my gosh, this is such a tough moment, was actually an invitation from God calling me to say, now I'm giving you another chance to turn this in your favor, to do the right thing because it's actually the hard thing, but that you can do it, right? So I'm going to follow nature and bloom. I'm going to follow this season and literally rise as my most authentic self, peaceful self, abundant self, remove those layers from the external that have been in my way and really look at what is the truth, what belongs to them or the outside world, and what belongs to me. And I'm inviting you to do the same. And so, as I'm writing this episode up and thinking about my personal rise and resurrection, renewal, and all of that, it's so cute because I always say that like consciousness gets shared. So, what you're thinking and what you're doing it's like contagious. No, you don't have to even speak. What you're feeling and it's in your mind can transfer to those close to you. And so it's so interesting that my daughter has been showing me different reels on Instagram, and all of them has been about resurrection and rebirth and all of that. And so she shared with me this really cool reel of this woman talking about the deeper feminine symbolism of Easter. I thought it was so incredible. So, the Easter bunny and the eggs, the grass that we put in the baskets, chocolate and having the abundant meals and all of that, symbols we grew up with, right? They actually came from ancient traditions of celebrating fertility, rebirth, and abundance. The eggs represent life, right? Fertility and creation. And the bunny represents abundance. So when you see the Easter eggs or bunnies, it's not just cute decor. It's ancient feminine energy reminding us of the creative power inside of us, the power to rebirth something new and to rise. That's abundance in its truest form. Not just material wealth, but the richness of being alive, the ability to co create, to love, to express, to heal, and to begin again is the greatest gift. So I want to invite you into a little ritual with me. Think of this as your spring bloom practice. And I've got 3 simple steps so that we can rise into abundance and our own resurrections. Step 1, cleanse and clear. Begin with release, right? You got to let go in order to bring something in. Same thing with prayers, right? When you pray for something, you got to make room. So this is the perfect time, again, to cleanse and clear, release, let go of what no longer fits, the habits, the identities, patterns, old emotions that once maybe even protected you, but are now actually keeping you small in an identity of you that's not going where you are meant to go to rise in any aspect, right, in your life, and whether it's personal, health, financial, and relationships. You can make this physical as well. Clear out your home, your closet, your wallet, your car, your email inbox, or make it emotional. Write a release letter to a past version of you. Forgive yourself, thank yourself, and let that version of you rest and release. You can do it to maybe a person who has hurt you or someone that you want to ask forgiveness. And there's so much power in the paper to pen, in the energy that moves from your thought to verbalizing it to then writing it down is insanely magical. An abundant man or woman doesn't cling. They circulate. They keep energy moving. They don't hoard, they bless, they release, and they make room. So, action step, write down one area of your life that you're ready to cleanse. Maybe your home, money, relationships, body, mindset, and take one tangible action step today to clear it. So for me, cleansing and clearing has looked like releasing the version of myself who has overmanaged everyone's emotions and tried to earn love by overgiving and being accepted for choices and not wanting to disappoint. And I honor her, but I don't carry her with me as I rise anymore. I'm choosing to trust that the choices moving forward, the vision I have, that I'm allowed and it's safe and supported, and I'm worthy of living out all those aspects of my personal love life, in my business, and in all aspects. And practicing the power of the pause and knowing what's mine and what doesn't belong to me and being okay to hand it over. There's always a piece of us that is always trying to control, overcorrect, overmanage. And man, that's exhausting. So we don't have to run the whole world or other people's lives from our partners to our children in our minds and trying to control, even though we think we're helping. It's time to go inward, right? And come from the place of unwavering, unshakable peace and groundedness. And part of that is the releasing. from your internal world, emotional world, getting your nervous system like absolutely grounded and feeling balanced to the external. If your home is a mess, your car is a mess, like you're going to have a mess in your mind and in your energy. So I definitely space by space every day pick one little corner to a closet to clean out, get rid of, even sell items. So powerful, cleanse and clear. Number 2, rebirth and renewal. That's the next step. So this is the rebirth and renewal. So once you've released, you create space for new life, right? That's rebirth. It's saying a clear yes to your next level and allowing a new identity to lead. Rebirth is doing things that once scared you, showing up fully, letting yourself be seen, maybe hosting that event, pressing publish, doing that one thing, applying for that one job, telling that one person how you really feel. It's speaking your truth and trusting that it's enough and safe. The action step for this rebirth and renewal is write down 3 words that describe the woman or man you're becoming in this season. And just by those 3 words, you can start aligning daily actions to match that. For me, rebirth and renewal looks like saying yes to the stage, saying yes to real life in person connections a lot more instead of turning down invitations, and letting people see all sides of who I am and sharing my story more deeply and authentically. It's choosing courage over perfection, presence over pressure, and just trusting that my truth and authenticity in all that I am and doing is absolutely enough. And so that for me is my personal rebirth and renewal. Step 3 is embody abundance. Now we tune into abundance, not just as money or luxury or just a lot of anything, but as a frequency of joy, gratitude, service, giving, and deep presence. Abundance is an identity. It's deciding I'm an abundant woman or I'm an abundant man, and then living in a way that reflects that truth. It's how you speak to yourself, how you care for your body, how you move through your home, and how you show up in your life, not just on a performance level, not when you go out into the world, but how you show up in your life when you're just alone. And that's what really counts. These days, abundance for me is simplicity and spaciousness. It's mornings that feel peaceful, work that feels purposeful, and time with people that expand me, that I love, that feels like an authentic connection. That kind of richness literally fills my spirit. So, an action step for you is choose one way you will embody abundance today. Is it the way you get dressed, how you spend your money, how you spend your morning, how you speak to yourself, or how you spend your time? And move through that choice as if you are already the most abundant version of you. Be them, like pick up a tab at dinner or lunch, invite someone, treat somebody, create abundant experiences. When you make people feel held, when you think of abundance, you think of surplus, you feel just elevated, right? In all its forms. And abundance is putting the extra effort to look good when you go to work or even go on a date. It's looking good just because if you work from home, my office is here at home, but I do my makeup and get ready because I also have to record myself. So abundance is an energy you tune into that goes deeper than that material abundance, which I love. I love feeling abundant by making a reservation at a really nice restaurant and getting dressed up and inviting my favorite people to go. I love buying myself some flowers. That makes me feel abundance. I love investing in not only the elevation of my knowledge in the work that I do, like I put in hours because I'm obsessed about personal development, growth, spirituality, so that I can learn it for myself and be that living authentic embodiment, practice what I preach, and then go on and share it with you. But also now I'm taking that abundance and luxury and elegance into the next level because I want to level up not only aspects of my relationships, my home, even like curb appeal, buying cuter things for the front and even leveling up my pots and pans, but also my wardrobe. I do have a uniform. Like I love my all black and I have some pieces that are timeless. I feel like my style is timeless. I don't want to ever stray from who I am, but I also want to be Theresa 2.0, right? And get my style to the next level, which one of my favorite boutiques, True Me Inspire by my friend Veronica, who this is here in Tucson, Arizona. It's on Ina and Shannon. If you live here, go there for everyday cute, relaxed, to cute outfits for work, for that interview, for that next level of you, or you're going to a fancy party or an event. She's the spot. You can even rent dresses. So I have to put in a plug because she's part of that next level for me and making my closet a lot more abundant. As I move through pieces I don't wear anymore that doesn't fit this version of me that I'm becoming, I'm like, okay, I can replace it now with this one from True Me Inspire. You can also go to her website. So I know some of my listeners on the show live elsewhere. So go to her website. She ships, I want to say, because my daughter interns at her boutique, they put out some really cute content. So you got to follow. I want to say, ships a ton of things to like New York. So can you believe that? So people in New York are buying from her. You got to buy from her. So again, I love investing in my knowledge and my expertise because that's value, right? I love investing time with my amazing children and the relationships that matter. And I'm increasing that and investing with more people, expanding my connection to more people. And now into beauty. One of my favorite representations of abundance is beauty and elegance, letting my outer world match the richness I'm cultivating inside. From the way I style my home, the time I take to get ready, to how I present myself in the world, all of that matters. Beauty is one of the ways I build a life I'm inspired by and a version of me who feels confident, elevated, and fully expressed, which is why I'm so excited to invite you to my Beauty and Bubbles event happening Friday, April 10th from 9 a.m. to 10 a.m. at Maloney Plastic Surgery. This is an example of how we can together feel more beautiful, abundant, and elevated in a room full of others that are headed in that direction. And this event is exactly part of my rise. I'm going to be talking about concepts, but you're going to be seeing me living this out. Like I set an intention that I am going to rise and spread my work, my energy signature and be present in rooms. I can't rely just on posting on Instagram, but I got to go out there and meet people. Not to be transactional, but to go out and connect and how could I help them? And in that intention, I attracted this partnership with Maloney Plastic Surgery. I was already a client of theirs. I had gone there because I followed Abbey. She's actually a nurse aesthetic practitioner who's so knowledgeable. And above that, she has the best energy, like so nice, and has the experience and knowledge of all the things from injectables to just like a basic facial and all of that. And so as I was making these intentions, everything was already around me. So I manifested this beautiful partnership that isn't just like, oh, I just want to have a partnership. This is alignment. This is who I was already going to. I knew Abbey, this injector, from my kids' elementary school. Our kids went to school together. And so all of this is magical alignment. When life brings back around in divine timing, the people, the opportunities, whatever it is. So, okay, back to the Beauty and Bubbles event. So if you can join me and you're in town, the link to RSVP is in the show notes. If you can't come to this one, more to come, more events with them because they are one of my partners and I'm so honored and grateful. And I just will share different treatments I get. You can call them or reach out if you're interested in getting any kind of treatment, from a basic facial to an injectable to actually a big, deeper, invasive, more, procedure, mommy makeover, whatever that is. They're amazing. Again, their link is in the show notes. So friends, as we move through this Easter weekend, or maybe you're listening and this is summer or fall or some ordinary Tuesday, it doesn't matter. The calendar is just a guide. The energy of renewal and rebirth is always available. You don't need a specific holiday to release, to clear, to have your own resurrection moment. You can decide to rise every Sunday, every morning, every breath if you want to. You can take this model, the release, rebirth, embody abundance, and rinse and repeat it on a micro level in your day and on a macro level in your life. That's the beauty of being human and spirit. There are no rules on when you get to start over. You can choose again, you can rise again, you can come back to yourself again and again. And as you do, your life starts to feel like a living, magical prayer for good, a prayer for truth, a prayer for abundance, not just in what you say, but in how you move, how you give, how you receive, how you honor your own becoming, and what you literally radiate with your just presence in a room. So wherever you are, whenever this finds you, I'm holding the vision that you rise in your own personal resurrection, that you remember how worthy you are of peace, joy, love, and overflow. I'm sending you all so much love. Thank you so much for being here. Happy rising, my amazing friends. Thank you so much for tuning into this episode. Please download, rate, subscribe, and share this podcast. Also, be sure to visit my website at theresacaesar.com to check out my inspirational merch, connect to my social accounts, and much more. May you continue to be filled with wisdom, inspiration, and consciousness. Otherwise, friends, I will be back for another episode of Heart to Talk.